The strangest job that I've ever been on involved a customer that thought he could move 1,000-pound boulders with his bare hands. This is what we refer to as the Hunny incident. This job was chaos the entire time. And a lot of it had to do with this customer who had a very unique personality and demeanor, let's just say. I'll set the picture for you. The customer, Hunny, he's a tiny guy, maybe 5'4", 5'5", small hands, but a big ego. And, you know, he was really proud of the work he did, proud of himself. And God bless you, brother. But, you know, as a young 25, 26-year-old now, I'm moving into a phase where I'm starting to take on some bigger jobs. And I wanted this bigger job. Hunny had a property he needed done at the end of the year in November. It was late November. And it was about 5,400 square feet. Like, that's a beautiful sized job. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted that. I'm feeling good now. And so I quoted him. We did the job. We got it booked. And now we're in mid-November. And of course, we're battling elements. It's late in the season. So we're dealing with flurries and inclement weather. But this is a beautiful job on the edge of Calgary. And it's the backdrop is all these beautiful aspen trees, some dead, some alive, whatever. But we're doing a nice, beautiful layer of grass all the way along. Got Footy and Joanna with me, like two of my absolute confidants and best friends in the industry and in life. And it was great. Now, let's talk about the Boulder incident right off the bat. So Hunny had told Footy and I that he had some boulders and decorative rocks, he described as decorative rocks, that he had put in with his buddy by hand at his other acreage, and that he needed us to come pick them up. So me and Footy take the yellow trailer out there, old Yeller's rocking at this point, right? And we go out there, and he has them marked. And I look at these boulders. These are 1,000-pound boulders. I have the video. It's going to get spliced in here. I have a homeowner here requesting me move some of these because they're able to move by hand. Really not boulders that you can move by hand. He wants the big ones. He wants some of the medium ones. He doesn't want the little ones. He's claiming that he picked up these 1,000-pound boulders, bigger than me, and I'm a big guy, and he's lifting them by hand with Hunny's little hands on these big boulders. Delusion, a little delusion. I don't believe it. I don't think you would either, especially after seeing the video. Quite insanity. So we basically said, okay, you know what, Hunny, I don't think we can do this. Sorry, man, we can't do that portion of it. And he was disgruntled, but, you know, whatever. Really, honestly, the things that he asked for were insane. So, like, we're doing the backyard, right? And as I say, it backs onto the aspens. Now, here's the thing with the aspens. Some of them were dead. So when we were grading it, he goes, you know what? Can you just make a straight line and just you know, pass these trees? And we're like, sure. Then he says, well, I don't want the trees in there, so can you remove it? I'm like, well, I gotta rent equipment. He goes, no, just kick them down. They're dead. Kick them down. So we kick them down. Footy kicks them down. Oh, in my eye. That's jeez. Anyways, the trees are down. We grade over top the broken parts. We cut a nice line. Now, there might have been a comment made during the process of this job. We were there for over a week, and the comment might have been made about having a woman doing the work on the job site from somebody not in our company. And I think I got back to Joanna. And at one point, Joanna, who was in the gym massively at that time, she decides to go beast mode on rolls of sod. And it's like muddy and inclement out. And this girl starts just taking 10, maybe 8 to 10 rolls of sod at a time down a hill. Get her, Jojo.
Nice firm grip.
The beast.
Look at that.
The beast. Look at those chops. Look at those chops.
Almost lost it.
Wow. That's what you get when you say a woman can't do something, because women can do anything they want. And I'll tell you what, Joanna was not too happy about that. She was showing off at that point. Now, she was a little too fired up because when we were unloading loam out of the trailer about 2 hours later, she hit me in the face with the shovel and the loam. Luckily, didn't take my eye out. And so listen, don't ever question a woman's ability to work. I'll tell you that. And it wasn't me. Just absolute, just like, this guy is, this job is crazy. The client is going wild. It's just all of these crazy moving parts. And at the end of it all, we had to put in a wooden window well. And he wanted us to just make a wooden window well, and we're going to put it into place. And he said he'll handle attaching it to the house. This is the kind of guy we're dealing with here. So, honey, okay, I'll do it. So I got my dad to make the wooden window well out of wood. And the day we're set to go do this, I wake up with gout, the bad kind, the stuff you get in all, like, your whole foot. I mean, Sodfather's living on the edge at that point. Domino's pizza and spiced rum. It's the fall, you know? Bad combination. So I have gout, but I get in the truck anyways, and I drive to meet Footy and Dad with the window well. And for whatever reason, Dad had maybe made a comment about my gout, and it's not as bad, I should toughen up. So I get on one end of the wooden window well with him, and we're carrying it. And I'm like, take it easy. I take it easy because I'm limping. And he kind of gives me this shove, like, let's get going, like shoves with the thing. And I kind of go, F you, slow it down, shove him back. Then he shoves again, and all my weight goes on my left foot with the gout. And I fall to the ground, and we drop the window well. Not my proudest moment, but I get up and I say, how you like if I would shove you to the ground? And he goes, oh, you think you're a big tough man, you and Footy with your karate? What are you going to do about it? So he gets up like this, starts coming towards me as I'm getting up limping. I'm like, yeah. He goes, watch this. And he proceeds to give the craziest cowboy kick impersonation of Bruce Lee I've ever seen in my life. And his sneaker that was on his foot when the kick started, as it got to the peak of the air because he didn't come close to kicking me, the shoe flew off like into the stratosphere. Me and Footy are like looking at each other. Look back at him. His eyes are wild like a madman because I disrespected him, and you shouldn't disrespect your father, but he did push me to the ground, you know, whatever. He jumps into the truck like a crazed madman and just peels off with one shoe, never to return again, never to even collect the shoe. Just drove home with one shoe. This was the mental effects that Hunny was having on our crew, on our people. We were breaking, we were tearing at the seams because Hunny was just getting every little ounce out of us that he could with those little hands squeezing the juices out of us. Long story short, we got the job done. It looked great, as it always does, because you know me, we try not to leave a job looking bad. But the guy's got to pay me now, and he wants me to meet him at the bank. So this is another thing of this Hunny guy, this ego guy. I go to the bank with him. He makes me go to the bank to get his bank draft, which back then you drafted a check. You could actually just take the money after that. He gets the bank draft. And then he stands up, and as we're walking, he goes, look at this. And he shows me his bank account worth like, I don't know, like $300,000, whatever it was, a few $100,000. And he goes, you see that? See that? Nice, right? I'm like, yeah. I mean, you probably could have afforded us to get machinery for the rocks, and definitely could afford us to rent some equipment to take the trees down. But yeah, it's sweet, man. And he walks up to his Range Rover, and as he's getting in, the last thing this guy says to me, he says, have a great day. I'm going to go meet my buddy. We're going to go move those rocks right now. And he storms off into the sunset to be moving those rocks. So the lesson here is, the takeaway here is, sometimes it's not about the job being difficult, it's about the personalities. And when you're coming up in the business, you actually have to learn to read the customer, because you don't want every customer. This would have been a customer at this day and age I would probably have bypassed. Sometimes you got to watch for the personalities and the eccentricities of it all. So the lesson is, choose your clients carefully, or else you will inevitably have your own Hunny incident. Thanks for watching, guys. That is the craziest customer I have ever had, and I appreciate all the feedback you've been giving me. Please like, please subscribe, keep watching Lessons from the Lawn. My name is Jason Dyler. I am the Sodfather, and we are the gold standard in green. Take care, guys.